Hello and welcome to my professional learning seminar on the basics of GIS, which is Geographical Information Systems. I hope you've enjoyed part one to the seminar. It's a really fun little exercise which you can do with your students to show the difference between Melbourne in 1945 off an aerial photo and Melbourne now off new satellite data. Humanities is all about how we interact with our world and how it changes over time, and I think that this little part one teaser shows you the basics of what can be done really at a basic level with GIS, and hopefully after you've completed this seminar you'll be able to explore the more advanced levels. So to start with, we are going to open QGIS. QGIS is some free open source software which is it's still geographical information software, but you might be more familiar with ArcGIS or EsriGIS, both the same. The reason we're using QGIS for this is because it's free and open source. So we want to go to QGIS Desktop 3.20.2 to open up what we're looking at today. It's a relatively large file, so it might take a little bit to come on. We're getting there. All right, here we go. So here is our QGIS application. As you see, we've got recent project templates, various things up here. In order to move on with the seminar and to form our base map for the lesson today, we're going to have to install a plugin. The plugin is going to enable us to pull some satellite data to give us a nice accurate base map for us to use. So up here we're going to navigate to plugins, and we're going to navigate to install plugins. Now in this little search box up here, this is what yours is going to look like. We want to get Quick Map Services. So we're going to type in Quick Map Services. We're going to click that box there, and we're going to click Install Plugin. Thankfully my internet's being nice today. If yours is taking a bit longer, that's okay. Just pause the video. And we're going to hit Close because it's now up here, and we should now have these three boxes here. Now we're going to create a new project up here. So we click the little box and we should now have this coming up. We're going to click on the central Quick Map Services icon and hover over Bing. You can select various things to get onto here, but what we want is Bing, and we want Bing Satellite. Click Bing Satellite, and we get this, which if you zoom in on Australia, and once it loads up, is the Bing satellite data. It's pretty high res. As you can see down at the bottom, we've got scale and we've got coordinates. So if you want to get into a more mathematical side of thing, well, we can talk to our students about those kind of things and how the scale changes as we zoom in and the coordinates change as we move our mouse. Before we move on any further, what we want to do here is we want to save our project. So we're just going to go into here. You can see the extension type is a QGZ file, and we're going to call it basemap PL1 and hit the save button. Now if you feel like it at this point in time, you can get your students to mess around. You can ask them to try and find where they live. You can get them to zoom in on different things. But for us here, we've completed our initial first part of this seminar, and we have successfully loaded a base map into QGIS, and we've saved it as a project. We're going to move on to part two of the seminar, which is on the next page.